Hello, everyone. In my new role as the video editor of Failed Haiku, uh, I have the pleasure of doing book reviews. You're going to see a number of them in the next 10 days because I've been spending my time reading. But one I just laid my hands on that's going to be the first in my new role is this one. Cloud Hands by Ron C. Moss. By the way, that cover is by Ron himself. Every time that I get one of his books, and I have them all, by the way, everything he's ever published, everything he's ever written, I grab at because he's a friend and an outstanding poet and an artist. I always feel like I'm holding a piece of art, and I am. This was published by a Walia Press. I have no idea who they are, but damn are they good. I mean, this is a wonderful book to hold in your hand. Well constructed, well said. I know I'm a bit of a nut about that. I'm a digital guy, and people know that. And so I'm not, you'll never see a book with my name on it. I just don't get into publishing books, but I read them like you can't believe. Thousands of them. And I've read everything I can lay my hands on by Ron Moss. And this one takes its title from the pose, Cloud Hands, in Tai Chi. And I'm not a practitioner of Tai Chi, although I have friends who are a couple of masters in Tai Chi in California. But this one is a particularly good one, and it's totally apt. I'm going to read you some poems because I don't think I can talk about Ron objectively. I can just let his work speak for itself. And by the way, I'm going to pick these out randomly. I have not practiced them. I haven't chosen them as the best. So we can hold them out. There's nothing stinky about this book. Every single poem that I've read, I loved. And that's not just me. I'm not the only one. There are all kinds. Scott Mason wrote a wonderful introduction to this book. And Scott's picky too. I know him. He doesn't just write an introduction for somebody because, well, they ask him nicely or his name will appear on the cover. Nope, this is good stuff. Here's the first one. Leaving home, a broke down chimney and 2 walls of sky. Now, I know a little bit about Ron. He's a firefighter, among other things. It's not his primary job, but they have bushfires out there in Tasmania and in Australia. And I can just guess, that this may be an image from that part of his professional life. Another. Saffron skies, shapes of yesterday in the storyteller's hands. Ah, do I love that. I love storytellers. I lived in Arizona, where the indigenous people there have wonderful powwows and share stories, and it's absolutely stunning. So I'm guessing my reading of that image came right from there. I'm just going to open up randomly toward the center. Recent argument, her spit sizzles on the clothes iron. Well, something happened there, and he's watching someone who's been very upset, and the clothes iron and the anger from the person are in sync. Tremendous. And here's one, just Yeah, I just flipped to it. But when I read this one, I smiled. Feathered frost, a horse's breath on the fence wire. Whew, you can see it. It's a wonderful image, and almost everyone has ever seen any animal, but a horse in particular, it's just a beautiful image. Feathered frost, a horse's breath on the fence wire. Wow, that is a beautiful poem. It's one of those, the problem I have with Ron is jealousy. I wish I'd written these. I'd be a much better poet if I did. And he is a serious person too, one of the most serious, compassionate people that I've ever run into. And I had a chance to meet him and his wife in person on the Queen Mary at an HNA conference many years ago. This one. After the fatal flood, the jacaranda's purple saturated in bird song. After the fatal flood. It's amazing, the resiliency of nature. And as humans, we do really well to try and pick up on that and enjoy that same resilience and to come back. The trees come back, the forests come back. I learned that. I watched forest fires in Arizona just destroy tens of thousands of acres. And then I drive through there 2 years later, and there's still burnt out trees. But there's green. And there's trees coming up, small ones, but they're coming up. And so we need to get over things too. We need to let the past become the past. And here's another one on the same theme. I didn't pick it, just opened the page. Funeral day, between raindrops, falling darkness. And this one, evening chill, a rabbit in mid-hop sniffs the air. What is the rabbit sniffing for? Well, I hope it's not a coyote. Now, there are some interesting sequences and some really wonderful Haibun in the back. A little something for you to, I'm not going to read them, but let me just tell you something. They're powerful. There's nothing that I've seen in Haiku that Ron can't do. Oh, that's him, by the way. That's my friend. And you be well to take this for two reasons. One, you're going to enjoy the hell out of it, and you're going to learn things for yourself. Because Ron is a strange person. He takes risks, but they don't look like risks. They look like, well, of course, that's how it should be done. This comes with the Mike Rehling guarantee. You don't like it, I'll buy it back from you because you don't deserve to have it. I'm going to put beneath this video his email and information. You can get signed copies from him. They show up in about a week from Australia, and he can direct you. But this is something, I've bought every book of his, and they stay on my shelf. I do not give my book away, but I have given many copies of his books away to students, because you can learn something just by watching the master work, and he is. He wouldn't say that about himself, but I will say it for him. Thank you, Ron. Cloud Hands, another triumph.